Hey everybody, Lorelia here. I promise I'm going to make this really quick and to the point. If you're new to this channel, I have over 400 videos here talking about the topic of credit. And so today I'm coming to you with another business lending video about authorized users versus aged accounts. What I find is that there is a lack of understanding and education when it comes to business credit and business lending. I did a video a few days ago, my last video, and I talked about that people do not understand how the lending space works. They are not aware of the type of lending that they can get. And so what happens is that the fact that you are uneducated in the area, um, you don't know what is out there in terms of funding. People just assume that all the information is the same. So I recently had someone who reached out to me and they said, oh, I'm trying to get business funding, but before I can do it, I have to have some authorized users added to my account in order for me to get any lending. Understand that there may be people in the marketplace, there may be people here, even on YouTube, on this platform, who are sharing information with what it is that they offer. That is not the holy grail in terms of business funding or business lending. What do I mean by that? Don't just assume based on subscriber counts, comments, and the testimonials of others that that is the only type of lending that's out there. Don't get me wrong. I said it in my last video. That lending may be for someone. 9 times out of 10, what I'm noticing is a lot of people don't even have education. They don't even know what they're getting. So really, to be honest with you all, it is really credit card funding that a lot of those people are offering and what they are providing to you. And so what happens is that people are just getting one type of education when it comes to business lending and business funding. And so if I know that the only product, me as a business owner who does business credit card lending or personal credit card lending, if I know that that is my business model and that is the only product that I provide in the business funding or business lending space, keep in mind that is the only product that I offer. I'm not going to educate you on anything else. Why? It's because I can't get paid on it. And what a lot of people don't understand is that mindset. So what happens is that people are getting education in one area. And what is that? Credit card lending, credit card funding, which is totally different than the type of lending that I have shared with people. That is why I titled this video, Authorized Users versus Aged Accounts. When you go into the area of term lending and cash lending, not credit card, I'm talking about cash that goes, if you are approved and you meet the criteria of the lender, money is deposited in your bank account. I'm not talking about credit cards. See, most of the people and the information that people are getting is credit card lending. And so people are getting them different credit cards. They're not getting them a term cash loan. It's two different things. When you are getting term cash loans, that is based on your ability to pay back. That is why I said it's based on how much you make, because the lender is looking at your ability to pay. And they're looking at your credit score. Have you been credit worthy? So you can't do any trickery with aged accounts. See, for somebody to just give you a quick $2,000 card, like I said, a lot of times these credit card funders, they're doing little tricks, they're doing little treats to get you these little cards. And like I said, a lot of times people don't even know what is out there. I have seen people who have above 700 scores were tricked and bamboozled into getting credit card funding for little small amounts, 3,000, 5,000, when they could have been getting funding for so much bigger, but they didn't even know it existed. Now understand, what I'm talking about is not for the person who scores a low, who's not interested in rebuilding their credit. And when I say rebuild it in the sense of taking time and getting age. Because lenders can read credit reports. They understand credit reports. Do you think I don't even lend money. I don't lend money. I'm not a bank. I could read a credit report and tell that an authorized user has been added. And don't get me wrong, if that is the goal of the person, because they want a 3,000, 5,000, maybe even 6,000 credit card, if that tickles your fancy, then you go ahead and get that. But do not just assume. Do not assume that just because you've got education and business funding, that's the only funding that exists. So now, when you hear something different, it's like, oh, I don't know nothing about that. That can't be right. And then what happens is you go back to the credit card lender who's just in the business of getting you credit cards. See, that's what I'm saying. And Jay, you are right, because banks are providing a different type of lending, which is what I'm talking about. When you start to try to get a personal loan, using that funding to whatever, jumpstart a business or to jumpstart a real estate endeavor, and it's unsecured, uncollateralized. What does that mean? There's nothing securing that loan. They're looking at age because they want to know, what is your ability to pay back? Is your word your bond? So don't get fooled. Like I said, I'm not going to make this a long video. Don't get fooled into thinking just because you're seeing people getting credit cards, getting funded, that is credit card funding. I'm not with no tricks. I'm not with no treats. Can you do some trickery to get a $2,000 or $3,000 card, add an authorized user? Hey, like I said, it whatever floats your boat. Like I said, I know people who have I've seen it, people who've had very good credit mixes, healthy scores, responsible people in terms of them working, paying their bills on time, even may have a business on the side, and they've got bamboozled in thinking that credit card funding is the only funding that they can get. Remember, I started off saying that if I'm in the business of doing this, because what I tell people is that, can I help you get credit card funding? Yeah, but I'm not going to do no tricks. I'm going to show you lenders that can't, provide you with the funding. But if I see that you're a candidate for a cash term loan, because you've told me your goals, you've said your goals is this, why are we going to do small? See, that's mindset. Why are we going to do small stuff when we can get big stuff based on your personal financials? But see, that's mindset, because you don't know how many times I have consultations with people. They don't even know their worth in terms of their credit. Number two, they don't even know what's in the marketplace. And then three, they don't even know how much funding that they need. So when you don't know those things, you just fall, you just fall victim to anything. And that's why, I'm doing more videos on this topic. I'm doing more education, because the education's not there. People just assume they're seeing this and they think, oh, that's the holy grail. No, that's the holy grail in your world, in your little world, your feeble mind, in your world. You just think that's it. And I don't want to make this a video long, as I promised I was going to make this a short video, because there's a whole nother topic I want to talk about. But you can't fake aged accounts on a credit report. That's totally different than you adding an authorized user. Yeah, Jay, make sure you come back and watch it. I think you'll really enjoy this. You can't fake age. You can fake authorized users. That you can. But when you start to get into different lending products, there are certain parameters that lenders are looking at. You see what I'm saying? Like, people don't even know the type of lending that exists. And then they hear one thing, and then if it's blanket all on Instagram, and then it's blanket all on YouTube, and then it's blanket all on Facebook, and it's blanket all over social media in general, they think, oh, that's the only type of funding that exists. That's not how I go. But what I'm going to do, since I'm talking so much crap, right, talking about education, Sunday night I'm going to do a webinar. And I'm going to really educate those who are interested in the different types of lending. Because at least, if you don't want to take my word from it, I guarantee you there's going to be some things that you can take away from it that will begin to jumpstart you in educating yourself in this matter. I know that for certain, because I know what's missing in the marketplace. People aren't doing it. I mark my word, I'm doing this video 2019. You will begin to see people educating people after I put all this information, because I'm going to pull so much layers that, like I said, at the end of the day, if you don't jumpstart your education and say, okay, this is what all the information she shared, let me begin to do research on it, that's you. It's mindset, that's you. How do you get access to this webinar? I don't have a landing page on it, but underneath this video, if you email me, Lorilia, LORILLIABP@gmail.com. Send me an email, and then I'll add you on my email communication list, because I haven't created no type of landing page for it, or had one created, should I say. I haven't had one created. So you got to reach out to me. And if you're already on my email communication list, look out for that email. And so, like I said, I did a video before and said not all business credit is not created equally. I think I did a video on that. Maybe something I want to do a video on. Not sure. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Links will be below this video. And now do you see why I talk so much about personal credit and the importance of why you need to work on it? Because all you're doing is doing yourself a disservice when you really don't try to work towards getting a better credit score, a better credit mix. All you're going to do is just delay your ability to build wealth for you or your family or whatever goals you have, because you're going to fall prey to anything out there. So like I said, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And hope to see you on Sunday night's webinar. Bye-bye.